interim head coach of the Montgomery Cougars, Sean Carty. Sean, thanks so much for joining us, man.
Appreciate it, Keith. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, dude,
I guess it is what it is. I'm just ready to coach these kids.
which one are we going with, acting or interim on the coaching thing?
I mean, I'm just a placeholder right now until Coach Millich gets back. He is the program. He is the tradition, so I'm just here until he's ready to not be anymore.
All right, so now you actually kind of laid the foundation for me to segue nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speak for a minute, and I want you to just think about whatever emotions you have or thoughts that are in your head, and when I'm done talking, you just respond. So
Okay.
you've been handed the keys to a program on an interim basis amidst a global pandemic, amidst uncertainty about in-person versus virtual learning, which is certainly affecting kids.
We're gonna keep
And
rolling
then,
with it.
hold on, I'm not done yet. The picture gets rosier. And then you manage to navigate your way through all that, and you get into the first game that you're playing, and on the second play of the game, your starting quarterback hurts himself, and now you're that's the situation you're in, and your thoughts are.
We're gonna keep rolling. I mean, that's been our approach the whole time. We're gonna play football. We're getting ready to play Phillipsburg this weekend with who's coming on the bus. We're home, so it's a nice advantage. That's what we're focusing on, a chance to really play on Friday night, senior night, an opportunity to go show everybody what we're able to do. And so the response our kids have gotten has been nothing but positive energy and commitment to what we're doing and faith in what we're doing. And as sad as it is to come off a loss on your opener, I hadn't had a good feeling like that after a loss in a long time. I love the way our kids approached the game. They, backs against the wall, but they kept fighting. Never felt like they gave up on what we were doing or how we were trying to rectify the situation. And, they've come in ready to work this week. And that's all we can ask for as a staff. And, we're just looking forward. We'll keep it rolling. What's next?
I don't want to belabor the COVID thing too much, but I got to ask you at least one question about it.
Yeah, sure.
Just how different has everything been for you guys, and how much have you had to alter what you would normally do in preparation for a season like this? And do you think that kind of new schedule has had a great impact on your performance to this point?
Yes and no. Yes, it's been unique. It's been different. It's been unexpected changes and new ways to try to figure out the best way to reach our kids. But I think it's a level playing field in a sense. Everybody's going through this, So yeah, we have less practice time or we have less scrimmages, but so do the teams we're playing. So, we try not to dwell on those kind of things, and just when we're in the building or out on the field. When we're out on the field, which is a difference, when we're out on the field, we're ready to just play football and focus and try to take advantage of the time we have together.
So I alluded to obviously losing starting quarterback J.J. Malik in the first game, and Alex Benitez had to come in and take over, kind of full time. Now with a full week under center. I'm even metaphorically under center now because there's not too much under center happening. How has he adjusted to switching from running back to quarterback, and what are we going to see from him this weekend?
He's such an unbelievable talent. He's so athletic and able to do so many things that, his skill set fits back there. He's just such a good running back. Too, that's not where we wanted to play him originally, but he can make all the throws and he can, obviously be effective as a runner at times from that position. So it'll be a different look a little bit, but really we're trying to keep this rolling, keep doing what we do. Our guys know the language. Our guys, can help each other out on the field, and his attitude has been great. The teammates around him, the senior leadership that we have around him, it makes him feel comfortable. And, I'm excited for him to have this opportunity.
This is, as we know, not major Division I college football, and certainly not the NFL. So, a loss like that might not have the trickle down effect in college or the pros the way it does in high school. Now, where Alex played both sides of the ball, you may have to make a change there. Weber Carsey, who might, get a little bit of a break from, being the standout defender that he is, now kind of has to be in a position where he never comes off the field. How does kind of that domino effect, kind of impact what you guys are doing on the defensive side of the ball?
Without getting into too much specifics on those personnel things, what we're going to do for Friday night, I think it does go into account how we're preparing and, who's getting reps this week in practice and at what position. It makes it so it's important that we're focused in the play calling and focused in the position that these guys are in to get them the reps they need for when we call that play in a game. They should have had the opportunity to do it already in practice. And with guys playing multiple positions or the depth chart changing a little bit this week, we got to make sure we can get the guys the right plays, the right sets, the right situations in practice this week. So it's been a little bit of that focus, just making sure we're getting these kids to be prepared for what they're going to have to do or be asked to do on a Friday night.
You get 3-year starter at center Brandon Fury back this week, and I guess maybe almost similar to my last question, but maybe in the reverse. You're able to plug in a starter back into that lineup, and then that allows kind of other folks maybe to be at positions where they were more comfortable, where last week they, kind of had to fill in those ways. How much does getting Brandon back affect what you're going to be able to do up front?
I think Brandon's no different than any other player on the team. He knows the language more than anybody else does on that front line. So it's important for him to be there as a 3-year player for us. And he's been that stronghold of the line in the center, making all the calls they need to. So it's definitely going to be nice to have that piece back. But all our players, we lose one piece, we all got to come together and get it back. When we get guys healthy again, it helps us, no matter who they are or what position they play. The more we have healthy and ready to go to battle, especially in this pandemic era, we need them. We need them all.
Talk to us a little bit about Phillipsburg and what we're going to see. Obviously, they come off a pretty big win over what by most indications is a pretty talented Hunterdon Central team. What are we going to see from the State Liners tonight? Their brand of football has been consistent for a long time. We're going to see a physical, tough football team that comes in and loves football. They love it in the town. They love it on the team. They're gonna bring the wood. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a battle because that's their style. They like to run tough on offense and they play that 4-4 cover 3 and stay in it a lot just because they're tough and physical and they have the players that can do it. And, so we'll see that same consistency, I'm sure, that same toughness, that same grind that they put into each game. And hopefully we can, be prepared enough to stand up to it, get hit and hit back. Montgomery wins the football game if?
Same things we try to do each week. We're going to try to not turn the ball over. We're going to try to take big play opportunities when we get a chance to, and we're going to try to win on third downs on offense. Defensively, we're going to run to the football. We're going to try to create some turnovers and prevent the big play. Those are the things that win football games each week. It's not who's the favorite, who's the underdog. It's who can capitalize on those moments in the games. Can you protect the ball, not make those penalties that take you into negative yardage? Can you not give up the big play? And in those moments, those third down conversions, are you comfortable with what your plan is? Can you go out and make the play on third down? And that's what we're going to need to do. We're going to need to stop them on those conversion downs. But again, I think our game plan is to just keep it moving, keep doing what we're doing, and on defense, run to the football, get as many guys around it as we can.
Well, Coach, I can't thank you enough for taking a couple of minutes just to talk with us about this. I hope this is the first of many conversations that we get to have like this as the years go on. And this will be a tease for the audience out there. I mean, obviously, you and I have talked about, your career and coaching in high school football, so many times over the years, you know, obviously off the camera. And I think your story is so interesting, and just the things that you've done and seen. So hopefully, as we keep going, we'll be able to bring that stuff out to the Meyer fans.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you having me on. I'm excited for this opportunity for our team, but also for myself. You know, this is, again, it's nice to be in charge of this operation. It runs itself in a sense, and I get to coach football and, you know, coach these great kids in this program, and, you know, encouraged by their attitude and their excitement about what we're doing. It's easy to come coach. It's easy to come do this job when that's the guys you're working with. So I'm privileged to be in this position. Excited for this opportunity, and, you know, again, let's keep it rolling.
All right, Coach. Thanks again. We will be back with the rest of the Meyer pregame show, and then we will have football for the first time in a couple of years on the Meyer. Don't go anywhere. Montgomery against Phillipsburg coming up in just a little bit. You're caught in the Meyer. This is the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.